Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are actually going to be going over my July resellers recap. So I have been doing this for the past few months now, and basically I'm just breaking down all of my numbers for my reselling side hustle, business, whatever you want to call it, because it's always nice for me to see what money is coming in, what money is going out, kind of seeing trends of what's selling for me, what's not selling for me, just kind of be really data driven, because that just helps me at this point. And spoiler alert, it wasn't a great month. It wasn't very good. Basically, if you are a reseller or maybe new to reselling, the summer months are kind of considered like the summer slowdown. I think that also happens in like retail stores as well, not necessarily just reselling, but just kind of consumerism in general. My thought process is that, kids are out of school for the summer, so people are trying to do vacations, people are trying to, maybe not necessarily be at home all the time in their normal routine, so they're not buying as normal basically, as well as because not only are people not at home, but like I'm also enjoying my summer as well. So it's kind of this like cyclical pattern that I'm not necessarily home to list and be consistent with things, which, to pump out listings basically, but also on the other side of stuff, I think people just aren't home in general. Anyways, long-winded way of just saying it wasn't a great month. What can I say? What can I say? But let's get down to it. In these videos, like I said, I go over all of my numbers. I go over my highest sales, my lowest sales, and just some things that I did well and some things that I could definitely improve on. So let's get started. All right, so I have my little notes here to reference. So in the month of July, I only sold 24 items total, not even one a day, just 24 items. My total sales, so including cost of goods and profit and whatnot, was $798.06. My total cost of goods, so what I spent on items, was $148.52, and then my total profit was $649.54. So what I've said in my past videos is I really like to try it to at least make $750 profit. Again, I'm a part-time reseller. I have a full-time job as a mental health therapist, which, that on top of, dealing with my own mental health, maintaining my own mental health and whatnot, $750 seems doable to me. I'm happy with that. Obviously that's kind of like my minimum that I want, and obviously would like higher, but so I missed the mark by about $100 in profit. Some just average days, or average numbers I like to list as well. So it took about 66 days on average to sell an item, so going from listing to selling. Again, I like to note that, so when it comes to seasonal items, do I need to be listing some stuff now in hopes of selling it winter time or whatnot. My average profit per item was $27.06, which is pretty decent in my opinion. And then my average cost of goods was $6.19. Obviously you want that to be as low as possible, so your profit is a little bit higher. I did forget, and I think I've been forgetting to do this in the past videos, so mental note as a reminder, to break down how many sales I had on each platform. I will tell you though, and I will save this. Will I save this to the end? I will save this to the end. Something special did happen though, but we'll get there. So basically going over my highest sales, so basically to my highest profits, we'll start there. So first sold this Ann Taylor leopard calf hair sandals. These sold on Poshmark. They sold for $45. My cost of goods was $5.17, and it did profit me $30.83. And something I like to know as well is in my Excel system, where I keep track of all this information. I'd like to color code how many times I've listed an item. So this one had only been listed one time, which is obviously ideal. You only want to list things once and then sell them. You don't have to relist them multiple times. So I'm happy that this sold for, you know, the first time for a pretty good chunk of money. Especially them being for like Ann Taylor, you know, pretty cool. This next item was Denby England mugs. These actually sold on Facebook Marketplace. They sold for $40 on an offer. My cost of goods was $4, so I bought a set of 2 mugs, and each mug cost $2. The profit was $33.23, and again, these were only listed once. My next item is a pair of Rag & Bone distressed flared jeans. These actually sold on Tradesy. Excuse me, they sold for $80. My cost of goods was $9.99, and the profit was $40.63 minus all the cost of goods. Sorry, minus all the fees and whatnot. And again, these sold for the first time, or were only listed once, I should say. My next highest profit was a pair of Doc Martens. These are the 1460 greasy leather, I think they were the 8-eye boot. These sold on Poshmark for $80. My cost of goods was $14.36. My profit was $49.64, and again, they were only listed once. Now, my highest profiting sale of this month is actually a pair of Tony Lama vintage boots. I sold them on Poshmark. They sold for full price at $135. My cost of goods was $15, and my profit was $93. And again, they were only listed once. I love Tony Lama boots. If you've seen one of my previous videos, I actually sold another pair for full price that were even like not as unique looking and more distressed looking, for again full price of like either $65 or $85, something like that. So I do like to sell Tony Lama boots. Now let's get to the lowest profits. So one of my lowest profits was a Cloth and Stone button-up shirt. This sold on Poshmark. It sold for $32, but my cost of goods was $20, and that is ridiculously high, but I do remember getting this at TJ Maxx. I thought I was gonna wear it myself. I did not. So items that I think that I'm gonna wear myself, and maybe I don't, and I end up selling them, I just list them as what I actually paid for them. So basically I'm not taxing myself on the whole profit of everything, because really I only profited $3.88 from that sale, opposed to just calling it zero. Like, you know, some people will just do the cost of goods as zero as their own items, but that one I did remember the cost, which was $20, because it still had the tag on it. And this was the second time that I had listed that item. So again, I try to relist items. I use Vendoo, which I do love Vendoo. I think it's one of the best tools that I have in my in my reselling journey, which I have my link down below if you want to try them out. I think it's worth every single penny. So I tried to relist items about once every 3-ish months, just to kind of keep things fresh, keep all the algorithms happy, all that jazz. So this was the second time that I listed it. My next item was this cider, I call it a carpet bag corset tank. I don't really know what the actual name of it was. This sold on Mercari for $13. My cost of goods was $3, so I profited $8.02, and this was the first time listing it. My next item was a Trip black star print suspender skirt. This also sold on Mercari for $18. My cost of goods was $1. I profited $14.38, and this was the second time listing it. And then my next item was a pair of Seychelles salmon mules. These sold on Poshmark for $20. My cost of goods was $1. I profited $15, and these sold on the first time listing. And then lastly, this pair of Carmen Steffen's nude wedges. They sold on Mercari for $50. My cost of goods was $27.88. So I profited $15.37. And I had purchased these. I've had these in my inventory forever. This was the third time relisting them, and in theory I want to say this might have been like the fourth or fifth time, because I wasn't keeping track of how many times I was relisting things in the past. So this was just the third time relisting of me keeping track of it. I had purchased this pair and another pair on Poshmark. Basically, I thought I was gonna wear them myself. I didn't. So I resold both pairs. This one took forever to, actually they both took forever to sell. This one took extra long. There were some damage to it. Like some of the studs on the front were missing and scuffed. So I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna make my money back. Funny stories, the person that I sold them to, she had, well, I should say they had been communicating with me a little while ago, asking, you know, hey, I'll buy them for, I think originally it was like $40. And I was like, well, what about 55? Well, I'll do 50. Okay, I'll do 50. And then they later said, no, I can't do that because of the damage. So I'll do 45, even after they just said that they would do 50. Whatever, it didn't go anywhere from there. A few months later, they come back, yes, I need these. I'll pay $50 for them. So they pay $50. I send them out. They needed them urgently. So I sent them out same day or next day, something like that. They get there, and after, like, so Mercari has a 3-day window of time to accept purchases. And so the purchase was accepted. And then after some time, there was a case opened. I've never had a case open on Mercari before, so this was interesting. So what I did is I kind of screenshotted our conversation together. Basically, they claimed that the size wasn't the size listed, that they ran small. I don't know what to tell you. You didn't ask for any measurements or anything like that. All shoe sizes are going to run a little bit differently. So my speculation was that maybe they wore them to their event and then wanted to return them. I don't know, that's just me speculating. Anyways, Mercari, I give them props. They had that case open and shut within a few hours in my favor. So I was happy with that. So yeah, that's a long story, but basically I only made $15.37 profit for those shoes. All right, so every month I also like to do a end of the month sale, so it kind of hopefully gets me up to a profit, an area of profit that I'm comfortable with. Clearly that didn't work this month. I did a bundle, or my bundle sale was name your price. Name your price sale, which, if we all remember, that was pretty popular a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, pandemic sales, whatnot. I've had a lot of success from these sales. I'll insert a little picture here of one Instagram post that I had all the way to the top. So, and I hadn't done it in a while, and I was like, okay, we'll do a name your price sale, just because I was really hurting for some sales, and I was like, this will help. I had one sale from that. This sale was going on for like 3 or 4 days, and I had one bundle sale. That was it. It was a good bundle sale, I'll give you that. And I honestly don't even think that it came from me marketing anything. Like, I mean, I went through my shoppers on Poshmark. I sent everybody a message that anybody had bundled anything within the past year or purchased anything. I do a lot of marketing on social media. Nothing. One sale. But within this one sale, I sold a Club Monaco shirt, a Susan Monaco, which I don't know if there was any sort of like correlation between the Monacos. So Club Monaco shirt, a Susan Monaco dress, and then a pair of Ariat mules. My cost of goods for everything was $8.12. Oh, cool. I just made a sale. Yes. $8.12. I sold it for $130 and I profited $95.88. This was also a tail. So basically this person purchased, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think they only offered like $18 off the asking price. So I was like, yeah, sure, accept right away. Especially if it's a name or price sale, you think people are gonna lowball you like crazy, which is what I expected. So I hit accept, payment issue. Damn it. So whenever there's a payment issue, I'm always very polite with somebody and I always respond and I always say, hey, just to let you know, it looks like there was a payment issue. Most of the times it's you just having to update a credit card number, and then once you update it, the purchase will go through, but at this time they're still available. Hadn't heard from them. And you only have like 24 hours to accept an offer or it expires. So the person responds back, oh, I have to go to the bank. Okay, I'm trying to be as gracious and polite and just, but my heart is like sinking. I'm like, oh, this is not gonna go through. It's not gonna happen. Lo and behold, did they go to the bank and the payment went through. So there's a first time for everything. So what did I take away from this month? First off, summer slowdown is real. It really happens. I know it doesn't happen to everybody. It sure happens to me. Basically, what I can attribute taking my own personal responsibility in it is because I wasn't as consistent listing stuff either. I was kind of burnt out, not only from my full-time job, but my reselling. I just didn't want to do it. So I didn't relist stuff. I didn't add new listings. And so there's always an algorithm, and the algorithm favors people who are consistent on it. And when you're not consistent, it shows. Not saying that that's all to do with it, but that's a huge part of it. So yeah, I just didn't list and it showed in my numbers. Also, my sale did not work. Like, it did not work despite me advertising it, despite all of this stuff. Like, I advertised it on Instagram, on Facebook, because you always want to get people to like share your sale, because the more people who see it, the more likely people are going to, engage in your sale. I promoted people. I was giving away a gift card to whoever promoted it. I was gonna put it in like a spinny thing and like get a random generator. Not one person shared it. I shouldn't say that. This, for the first, like I said, I think the sale was going on for about 3 or 4 days. It was about the 4th day that somebody shared it, but I was at that point where I was like, you know what, no, I'm already not making any money. So I kind of amended my listing. So I took off the gift card, but I had promoted, like, I will give you a gift card if you share this. Like, you have a very good chance of winning, and nobody shared it. So again, I don't know if people were out doing their own things, which is great. I'm happy for you. I think too, it could have been the graphic that I created. It was a little bit, now that I think of it, it was a little bit difficult to read. Like, it looked aesthetically pleasing to me, but it was a little bit difficult to read, just like the color choices and the font that I used. So I think that might have had something to do with it. I don't know. But the one thing that I was so happy about, and it's just so ironic that it happens a month that it was like terrible profits, I sold on every single platform that I sell on. So that is, and I was calling it my EGOT moment. Those who win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. This was my EGOT moment. I sold on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Depop, Tradesy. I feel like there's maybe one more. I don't know. But again, I have them all listed. I sold on every single platform. I have not been able to do that yet. So that was the one win for this month. So yeah, I was happy about that. I'm hoping that this month's sales are a little bit better. It's not looking that way. as of right now. You know, we're halfway through the month and I'm definitely not halfway to what my profit I want to be. So might be looking at another lower month, but again, I'm working on being consistent with everything again, getting back into the swing of things. And sometimes that's just how it goes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know, did you make your goals? Did summer slowdown hit you hard? Let me know all the things down below. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. We talk about all things reselling and beauty related content as well, as those are my passions. And with that, I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye.